My boyfriend made a small, seemingly harmless comment, but it revealed how little effort he actually puts into our relationship, and I can't stop thinking about it. Original poster, you/Athena Fried. We're currently doing long distance and just got back from a lovely fall getaway in a little mountain town. We had an amazing time, and all in all, I'd say it was one of the better weekends we've had recently. However, on our last night in town, we were bar hopping and just chatting when I mentioned I'd never been to a pumpkin patch before. He seemed to have an aha moment and responded along the lines of, "Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering why you hadn't taken me to a pumpkin patch yet," and chuckled a bit. However, it didn't come off very lighthearted, as the conversation had been prior. Now, normally something like this wouldn't get a second thought from me. But in the 2.5 years we've been together, a constant point of contention has been the lack of effort or planning I put into the relationship and dating. Mind you, this entire weekend trip was planned and paid for by me, as was the last weekend visit we had before this one. His argument that I don't plan things has never sat well with me, since it's a blanket statement that just isn't true. I've planned many dates, reservations for job opportunities, at-home quality time. But conveniently, during a lot of those plans, they don't pan out because he starts an argument over something: what I'm wearing, why I didn't tell him to dress up more, ogling other men while on said dates. Or, if I make plans with other friends or family, he gets passive-aggressive and scolds me for never putting the same amount of effort into him as I do them. Part of why I can't get over this comment is that, during the last visit I had to his hometown, he commented on the pumpkin patch his city puts on every year. He mentioned how he's gone a handful of times and that it was a go-to date for him back when he was single. Am I wrong for feeling weird about all of this? He's always portrayed himself as a traditional or provider type of man, but for the majority of the relationship, I've been the breadwinner. I've helped him an ungodly amount financially, and I've sacrificed a lot of time and relationships with family or friends. I've even prioritized him/the relationship over my own work and graduate school responsibilities. In hindsight, I 100% feel like he love-bombed me hard, and who he is now is nothing like how he portrayed himself to be or continues to think and see himself as. Typing this all out, I feel pretty icky, but I'm just wondering if I'm overthinking things at this point. Relevant comments. Comment 1. Is your BF close with his mom and has she always made him think he's a special prince? Response. It's a bit of a toss-up with his backstory. His bio parents are nastily divorced, with his mom being a serial dater who forced him and his brother to take her on dates and show them what a man's supposed to be. His stepmom, who's been around his whole life, is an angel but very much a traditional wife. He grew up getting doted on by her. His dad's a straight-up crotchety boomer asshole. He's been married before when he was in the military, which apparently is the reason for the divorce. Comment 2. You are not overthinking at all. This person has been manipulating you. He has also been using controlling behaviors to take advantage of you. He used your vulnerability with him for his own gain, rather than protecting you and being careful with that vulnerability. Response. My inner voice has been screaming at me for a while, to be honest. I think the absurdity of this comment is what made everything click, unfortunately. I felt that things were toxic and that he was stealing my light for a long time, but the cycle has been so hard to break. Friends and family have told me this, and other old posts on Reddit, now deleted, said the same things. Oof, it's all sinking in, and I feel so stupid, yet so excited to be at peace leaving this man. Everything about who I was before him has been taken, eaten down, and morphed into me being the problem, always. I'm so exhausted. Comment 3. Conveniently during a lot of those plans, they don't pan out because he starts an argument with me over something: what I'm wearing, why I didn't tell him to dress up more, ogling other men while on said dates. Red flag after red flag after red flag throughout this post, but this part really caught my eye. It will get worse. And he will continue to pick fights during moments you feel good or proud in order to bring you down. Response. He's always done this in some way, now that I look back on it. Social media has been a huge issue to the point where I don't even use it anymore. If it wasn't about what I posted on my own account, it was why do so many guys follow you? Or why are you reposting this and that? I used to love my social media, posting my life, my gym progress, interacting with people, mainly friends and family. I've deleted old photos, scrubbed my account of anyone I don't explicitly know and don't feel comfortable posting unless I'm advertising the relationship, because apparently, I never posted him enough amongst my own selfies, which he saw as attention-seeking. Comment 4. Why are you with him? Genuine question. Do you have a specific reason to keep him in your life? What is he contributing? Response. At this point, nothing. I'm realizing now I've bought into the sunk cost fallacy repeatedly with him. I've also been super attached to needing to prove myself or show I'm not the villain in this dynamic. He's made me feel like I'm the issue, no matter what, and it's made me chase him. This entire thread has been a huge wake-up call, to put it lightly. I'm sort of in shock. Comment 5, you're getting something out of it, and I think until you figure out what it is, you'll keep going back. Look at it like an addiction. There's a reason you keep running into the same wall over and over again. Response, I truly think he's just convinced me that I can't do any better. He's said it in various ways, both to my face and through his actions. But, thinking about it thoroughly now, that isn't true at all. He does none of the things I want, or used to want, in a partner, and I let the shiny objects of his occasional nice gestures and basic gentlemanly behavior, like holding doors or taking out the trash, blind me. I've truly been afraid there aren't any good or better men out there. But I'm realizing now that it's all his brainwashing making me think that way. Update 1. Wow, ladies. I was not expecting this much of a response in the slightest. I'm shook. The gasps I've been gasping have me a bit shaken. Thank you so much for all the feedback, gentle, harsh, or somewhere in between. Looking back at my post and realizing I let this man back into my life after attempting to leave a few months ago has me feeling a bit sick. In a way, I've known the cycle hasn't been good, but I've been afraid to break it and naively hoped things would change. The manipulation runs deeper than I even realized before so many of you commented after getting such little detail and backstory. I'm processing, reflecting, and trying to keep from falling apart completely. I know what the woman I was before him would do, and that's what I'm leaning on right now.